let us understand the medical licensing process in America. When you say you want to settle permanently, what you mean is you want to pick up one or two specialization. So you need to first decide which specialization are you guys interested in. Okay, and accordingly this plan will work for you. This is a 4-step plan in which, depending on whatever is your interest, you need to go through the entire process. Okay, Vaibhav, first of all, let me give you a breaking news. I thought you might already be aware of. The CS exam no longer exists. It is out of the entire scenario of USMLE. Okay, there is nothing called as CS exam now. This is to let you know two things. First of all, of course, the choice of specialty is something which is completely individualistic. Also, when it comes to United States or India, usually the ratio is similar. In India also, close to around 2/3 of seats are available in medicine and subfields, and 1/3 seats are available in surgery. Okay, similar is the ratio in United States. However, if we go on actual numbers, the reason I've clubbed these specialization as these, okay, for example, medicine, family medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry, neuro, is because these are the specializations where the seats are maximum and the probability of getting is easier, followed by second rank of pathology, radiology, anesthesiology, where second highest chances. Third highest chances where there is a competition is surgery, OBGY, emergency medicine. All right. And those who are looking at the last block, I am telling you, it is very, 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 very difficult. Okay. Let me be very realistic. Those who are looking for ophthalm, ENT, and dermat, let me tell you, in India also, it closes at NEET PG around 2,500 rank. All right. So, ophthalm, ENT, and dermat is highly, highly, highly competitive. In my 10 years of experience, I might have seen one ophthalm students, one ENT, and zero dermat students so far. Okay, dermat residency is very, 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 very difficult. However, there are some paid programs in dermatology. If you pay a tuition fee and do a master's program, there is an option. However, clinical residency in dermatology is highly, highly difficult. All right. So this is something which I just wanted to highlight. So irrespective of the specialization, one thing I want to bring to your notice that irrespective of the specialization, this process remains the same. However, the length of PG program varies for every specialization. For example, medicine is a 3-year program, surgery is a 5-year program, radio is a 5-year program. So it length varies, but the process remains the same. So let us understand what is the process. Okay, so the stage 1 is, at this point of time, the stage 1 is ECFMG certification. Okay, now traditionally ECFMG certification was available if you pass your degree, submit your step 1 CK and CS exam marks. However, I'm sure all of you have heard in the news on 26 January that CS exam has been permanently cancelled. So now there are certain new pathway requirements which ECFMG announces from time to time. They announced it for 21. They are planning to announce for 2022 as well. So if you meet one of the requirement, you are still allowed to be ECFMG certified. Okay, what are these pathway requirements? I will be talking much in detail in the next slide. All right, don't worry. So now what I want to tell you is that your first target will be ECFMG certification, for which you need to prepare for your step 1 as early as first year, appear your step 1 in third year, CK in internship year, and then you should get your home country license. That's the best deal for Indian students. Okay, I will discuss about what is the importance of home country license. All right, and once you understand the pathway, you'll be much more clearer. All right. Now, those who meet all of these requirements then participate in the ERAS application and the NRMP round and finally get a PG seat in America. Now, PG, as I told you, is for a period of 3 to 5 years. Medicine is a 3-year program. Surgery is a 5-year program. Okay, and you get paid during entire 3 years and entire 5 years. Once you complete your 3 years of medicine, you have to appear for a final exam the way it happens in India. Okay, once you give this final exam, you have the opportunity to actually pick up 3 career pathways. Second thing is, if you give your step 3 exam, you can start working in the American job market. Now, point is, the step 3 exam can be given before you start PG, during your PG, or after the PG. Indian students do not have patience. They usually give it before they apply for PG. Moreover, once the CS exam now has been cancelled, the ECFMG FAMER body mentioned that since the CS exam has been cancelled, they are going to focus on the integrated clinical questions which have been put on step 1. They have increased the number of communication skills items in step 1, and they are also going to see your step 3 scores. So which means for international student, step 3 becomes very important, because step 3 day 2 has a component called as clinical case simulation. Okay, so they are going to test your knowledge of CS in the CCS section of step 3. So imperatively now more and more IMGs will definitely give the step 3 exam before they apply for match. But technically you could give it during, after, or before the exam, right? So second option is you can start working in American job market. Third option is that you want to study further. So yes, you could do future fellowship. So after medicine, you could do your oncology, hemat-onco, your gastro, your cardio fellowships. So these are super PGs for a period of 1 to 3 years. Okay. So if you want to become a cardiologist, you do a 3-year of cardiovascular disease fellowship. All right. And more importantly, during a residency, you are getting paid around 30 to 40 lakhs annually. During fellowship, you get paid about 75 to 80 lakhs annually, right? So your investment in a USMLE process, okay, which I will be talking much in detail at the end of this session, is around 20 lakhs. This was 25 lakhs. Because of the CS cancellation, almost you are going to save 4 to 5 lakh rupees, right? How we will be discussing at the end, all right? But yes, technically around 20 lakhs is your investment, and you are recovering the money in the first year itself, okay? More importantly, what we have found over a period of years, people who do, ECFMG certified, and they do their PG in India and super PG in India. Let's say they do both the things only in India, everything in India. Indian students who do everything PG, super PG in India, they settle not before the age of 32. And those Indian students who give the USMLE exam and do their PG in America and super PG in America, they usually settle at the age of 27. Okay, so technically you are actually going to save 5 years of your life if you are focused to start USMLE early and give these examinations. All right. Now, what are the pathways? Okay, this is very, very important. The change once the CS exam has been cancelled. This is for you, Saurav Upadhyay. This is for everyone, who's asking this question. Once the CS exam has been cancelled, what pathway ECFMG is giving? All right, there are around 5 to 6 pathways, but the most relevant, what I see for FMGs or Indian student, is to get a license to practice in your own country, preferably. Okay, preferably. If you can get it in Ukraine, Russia, that's great. But if you get it in your home country, that is the best thing you could do. So you are allowed to participate in ECFMG process. And once you pass your step 1 CK, examinations, you can skip your CS exams because that no longer exists, provided you have a license to work in India. So in case of FMG student, it by default means that you need to pass your FMG examination. Very simple as that. Okay. And in case of Indian students, what it means that right now there are no exams, but in future if the next exam comes, next is compulsory. If you pass next, only then you'll be allowed for the process. All right. Second pathway, which is not applicable, but yes, it is there. If one of you can do that, nothing like it. I'm not sure how many of you will be doing that, but yeah, if you have passed your standardized clinical exam for any other country, for example, if somebody has passed, PLAB 2 exam, okay, second exam of UK, or if you have passed the MECI Part 2, the Canadian second exam, or you have passed New Zealand clinical exam, or you have passed your Ireland clinical exam, you've passed, there are almost 8 to 9 countries. If you have cleared their OSC examinations, you will be allowed. Okay. Australian Medical Council clinical exam. So if you have cleared the clinical exams of any other country, second step of any other country, they will consider you. Or you need to be studying in a medical school which is accredited by agency recognized by WFME. So Mitul Kotadia says, sir, India is not recognized right now. So after 2023, there is a rumor going on, Indians cannot write the exam. Mitul, just for your information, last 3 years pre-COVID, ECFMG head was in India. And there is a transition going on between MCI to NMC. I hope you are aware of this, Mitul. And I hope you are aware how strong the Indian American community is and the demand. And moreover, Mitul, if you don't meet these criteria, it does not matter. As long as you meet any of these other criteria, these are not all criteria. So people who are, spreading these false rumors, tell them, Mitul, it does not matter. I will get my license in my country and I can still go. I can give a clinical exam of some other country, I can still go. So don't believe to anybody who tells you false information. Okay, this is not applicable in our country. These two, of course, are not applicable. These are some Middle East US university programs. So these two are not applicable for us actually. All right. So this is something very important. Pranav is asking, please repeat pathway 1. Pranav, pathway 1 means you have a license to practice medicine in another country. Meaning, if you are from India, you have your degree from India, or if you are studying in a med school in Ukraine, you have a license to work in Ukraine. So it does not matter any country, but you have a license to work in that country. I hope that answers your question. Perfect. So now, who should use this pathway? So right now, currently what ECFMG said, that they already have listed 5 pathways, and the 6th one they are going to announce shortly, which will be for another set of IMGs who are not able to manage or match any of these 5 pathways, but still we can check their clinical skills. So ECFMG is going to announce 6th pathway for 2022 match. Okay. And it is applicable for students who are applying for next year. And who does not have to reapply for the pathway? Those who already have cleared their CS and have a valid certification, those who are already certified by ECFMG, and those who are already approved for 2021 pathway. Okay. So don't worry about that. We are there to support you. Malaika, don't worry. At any point of time you want to come again, we do this session very regularly. All right. Now this is very important. This is a game-changing requirement. And let me announce today, Moksh is shortly going to launch our OET batch. English language requirement. It is changed. Irrespective of the pathways, all the students for the USMLE process will now have to appear Occupational English Test, or OET. Okay, we are shortly going to launch our OET batches, so we will be keeping you posted about this. OET was a clinical exam, English language exam, which is meant for doctors and traditionally was utilized by Commonwealth countries, very popular in UK, Australia, Ireland. And this year, ECFMG has also given it, welcome this thing. And once the CS exam is out of the picture, one of the component of CS was spoken English proficiency. Now they will be testing your English proficiency based on OET exam. Okay, so you need to get a good score in OET. That is something very important. Now, one very, very important thing, I am sure many of you are already aware, those who are not. If you want to write USMLE, your college needs to be in World Directory and certified by ECFMG. In India, there are 517 colleges, out of which only 337 are approved. Unfortunately, in India, there are 160 colleges which are not approved. And this is a serious concern. Okay? So please ensure you guys are going to, check whether your med school is approved or not. I will quickly show you how to check. For those who realize today that their medical school is not approved, please contact the MOOCs team and we will let you know how can you get your medical school approved. Okay? Of course, the entire communication with ECFMG has to be done at your medical college, but we will let you know how to check. So just any of you just give your medical college name. I can just check and let you know. So similarly, you can check for your own medical colleges as well. Okay, quickly, one of you just give the medical college name. Yes, Sanjay, we will be putting up this medical webinar in YouTube. I'm not sure they put it, the entire thing that is on my team to decide. But yeah, they usually put these webinars. I'm not sure the entire webinar. Okay, D.Y. Patil. So I'm not sure with D.Y. Patil, but yeah, I'll show it to you. So how to check? You can check by first checking, yes, your college is approved. It is there in this list. One requirement is over. Second requirement, check the sponsor notes. Is it approved? Yes, it is approved. Okay. And one trivia I want to give it to you. Since I said you that I have been helping students for more than 10 years. Okay. So I have a student from very much from this medical college with comparatively low step 1 score. Okay, currently completing his surgery residency. Okay, so those who say that surgery is impossible, private college students don't get it, people with low score don't get it, well, I have a student from very much from this college. Okay, so point is nothing is impossible. You require the right profile and you require the right attitude to work hard and ensure that you achieve your goals.